So we got a YouTuber that is actually getting sued by a very big South Korean video game company, and this is just getting right to it. This is called NC Soft. You have probably heard of them. They are behind two very big MMORPGs, one of them being Guild Wars and the other one being Lineage. Now, I've heard a lot about Guild Wars, not as much about Lineage from what I understand. It's a lot bigger in South Korea from what it looks like in North America. These servers were actually shut down like 15 years ago, but there's Lineage 2 that you can play in the US, FYI. You know, it all just looks really cool, I have to say. There's also Lineage Classic. Yeah, it's just a whole MMORPG that I've really never dug into much at all. I don't know any of the lore or anything behind it, but yeah, looks cool. So we see this right here. NCSoft sues YouTuber for spreading misinformation about new Lineage remake and claiming the company is turning a blind eye to cheaters. So yeah, this all just came out today, or really over the span of the last 24 hours. I got this article from Automaton, and then I will go to the original source. But it does say that NCSoft, apparently they rebranded just to NC, one of those like minimalist rebrands, I guess. Anyway, whatever, I'll call them NCSoft. They announced on April 7th, that was yesterday, that it had filed a lawsuit against popular Korean YouTuber Young Leiji, I think I'm saying that right, on charges of spreading misinformation and obstructing business. So this was from a source that I will go to in a little bit here, but it says that the YouTuber, who at the time of writing has around 290k subscribers, has allegedly been spreading false info regarding the company's handling of the recently released game Lineage Classic. I think we can kind of gather what that is from the name. Yeah, RuneScape and WoW, they've both done this, so it says Lineage Classic is a revival of NCSoft's long-running desktop MMORPG series Lineage, and has been available to play in South Korea and Taiwan since about 2 months ago in February. So yeah, Lineage, yeah, they're getting their classic version of the game, and it looks like, according to this lawsuit, this YouTuber is spreading misinformation on how NCSoft is handling certain things. So it looks like this is the YouTuber right here in question. So yeah, it's got about 291,000 subscribers. This is just for info purposes. I have to say, you know, this is nothing that I want to result in any kind of harassment or anything like that. This is all just a lawsuit. It's all allegations. I can't confirm, you know, if any of this is actually true or not. We will just kind of see how it happens. But yeah, definitely quite a big South Korean YouTuber. So we go to the actual source that Automaton was referencing. This is translated from Korean, so some of it kind of sounds a little off. Some of the formatting's a little odd, so just bear with me on that. It says, according to NCSoft, the YouTuber broadcasted that Lineage Classic neglected users of illegal programs and sanctioned users who reported them without grounds. He claimed that legitimate users who reported illegal programs were instead sanctioned and isolated, preventing them from accessing the game. Okay, so in layman's terms, from what I am seeing there, basically it is saying that the YouTuber was making the claim that, hey, they are, you know, NCSoft, they're kind of turning a blind eye to the cheaters in the game, and they're actually, for some reason, banning the people who are reporting the cheaters. That is apparently the claim that the YouTuber was making, and that is what is, I guess, considered misinformation here. It looks like this is about macro farms, so it says this was a video in February titled "The Reason Macro Farms Don't Disappear in Lineage Classic." It sounds like the YouTuber was alleging that things are so bad, the cheaters are crowding things, basically to the point where regular players can't even do legitimate things in the game, such as hunting, which, yes, if that is true, that sounds pretty ridiculous. I'm a long-time old-school RuneScape player. I just take breaks, I think, every now and then. I just take really long breaks, and yeah, every time I play, like, the free servers, it's always just crowded with bots on, like, you know, wood cutting and mining, and it's really, really ridiculous and really annoying. So yes, this problem sounds even worse. So it says, in response, NCSoft stated the internal data analysis and reviews by internal and external experts confirmed that the claim was clearly false. So it says, an NCSoft official emphasized false information with unverified facts is rapidly spreading to an unspecified number of people, causing immense damage to the company servicing the game and its users. Above all, it has caused great confusion among Lineage Classic users who encountered false info through this YouTuber's broadcast. And they went on to say that it has had a negative impact on NCSoft's service credibility and overall operations as the company is focusing on eradicating illegal programs, and it is having a serious effect on overall game operations, such as lowering trust in the illegal program reporting system and weakening user reporting and campaign participation. Again, kind of in in layman's terms there, I think, from what they're saying. They're saying, hey, we're trying to focus on the serious cheating problem, and that this is just lowering our trust in our handling of this cheating problem, and therefore it's kind of weakening the whole reporting process, and it's not very good for our reputation at all. So this is all just a lawsuit, you know, big company against one YouTuber. We will see how this all shakes up. At the end of the day, it's all just allegations right now. So we will see what actually ends up coming out from this.